Hello guys, welcome back to my channel vfxexpert. So guys, in this today's class we are going to see how to create a perspective render from Maya for a Matchmove Showreel. So let's start the class here. So now we are inside Maya. So first view, this is our camera view, and second view, this is our perspective view here. So now just we have to play and just we have to check out this shot. So this is our shot. So just we have to create a perspective render for this shot. So in this outliner, so this is our main scene group. Inside this is our camera, then this camera group, and this is about this dummy character or character object, and this is about set geometry group, and also just I have assigned this set geometry group into our the display layer here. So just simply you can see this one here. So now just we are going to start perspective render here. So mainly for a perspective render there are three settings here. First, viewport setting, second, camera settings, third, render setting. So now first we have to switch these two view into our this one view here. So now just simply we have to click on this one here. So now we are inside this perspective view here. So now first just I am going to see viewport setting for this perspective render. So now on top of this viewport you will see some render mode here. So this one, whichever wireframe render mode, all this is active. So just we have to select this smooth shaded all, and also just we have to check this wireframe on shaded. So first we have to check this smooth shaded all mode, then we have to also check this wireframe on shaded mode here. Then after this we have to also check this third one, whichever use default material. So you have to also check this one here. So now Maya is using default Lambert materials here for render. So now after this, just if you will see through this perspective view here, so I am also getting this background here. So we have to also change this background color. So for this simply we have to press Alt plus B. So this will change this background color. So this one, so Alt plus B, then again if you will press Alt plus B, so now this is second color, then again Alt plus B. So now just I am getting this black color. So for perspective render just I am going to use this black background color, and remaining color you can use according to requirements here. Then after this we have to create a perspective view here. So any view just you can set, then after this just we can render. So simply you can hold Alt button, then with the left mouse button just we can orbit, then hold Alt button, then middle mouse button just we can pan, then with the right mouse button just we can zoom in, zoom out. So with the help of all these controls simply just we have to create a view. So now just remember this one, now we are inside this perspective view. So simply as you can see, so just you have to create a view through which you want to render your shot. So like this, suppose if you want to render like this, then so here I have saved some bookmark for our this perspective view here. So now just I am going to switch this one. So if you will click on this view option, then go to this bookmark. So here just I have saved some perspective view here. So if you will select this first one, so now just I am getting this view here, then second one, then this here actually another view. So like this simply just you can set any view in this perspective view for your render. So now just I am going to use this view here. So again remember this one, now we are inside this perspective view here. These are our actually viewport settings here. Then after this just I am going to see camera settings. Now just we have to select this camera from our this main scene group. Then right side in this attribute editor, just we have to open our this frustum display controls here. So just open this one, and we have to check this display frustums here. Now just I am getting these four lines here. Now if we will play, so this will go like this here. After this, in this modeling drop downs here, we have to select this animations, then go to this main menu, whichever this visualize menu, and just we have to click here, and just we have to create a editable motion trails here. So now just we have to click here. So now in this outliner you will get this motion trail handles here, and in this viewport you will also get this actually keyframes path here. You can see this one here. So now just select this motion trail handles to in this attribute editor. So you will get all these parameters here. So first this keyframe size and keyframe color. So this is our keyframe color. So now just we have to reduce this keyframe size, and just we have to make it 0. So now just make it 0. So now just I'm getting this color here. So you will see this trails color, whichever this alternative trails color. So now this color you will see here, and this another color, whichever this trail color. So if you'll move this camera, so you will get this colors here. So just you can see this one here. So now here these two colors are important. First trail colors, and second one this alternative trails colors, this one here. So if you want to change this color, then simply you can change according to your requirements. So suppose if you want to change this trail color, then you can click here, then you can select any color. So now just you can see this one here. So like this, just you can select any colors according to your requirement. Now press Ctrl Z. So on default color, just I am going to render this one here. Even if you want to change this trails thickness, then you can also change through this parameter. So just you can see this one. So this is totally depends on you how you want to render this one. So these are actually main settings for this trails here. So now if you will play, and just I'm getting these things here. So now just you can see. Then after this we have to do some render settings here. So now just we have to click on this render settings. Then from this window just we have to select this presets frame size or image size. So by default this will select this preset HD 540. So just I am getting this frame size here. So now just I am going to change, and just I am going to select this full HD, whichever this 1920 1080. So just we have to select. So just I am getting this frame size here. Even if you want, you can also just define your frame size according to your requirements. So now just I have selected this frame size here. Then after this we have to close this one. Now for render we have to right click on this timeline. Then go to this play blast options. So now by default these two values are checked here. So ornament, so if you want you can just uncheck this one here. Then in this format we have to select this image or this Qt or AVI. So if you will select this image, so this will just create a image sequence. But if you will select this Qt or AVI, so this will just create a movie files. So now just I am going to select this Qt. Qt means QuickTime file or .mov files. Suppose if you are not getting this Qt options inside this Maya, so first you have to install QuickTime player in your system, then you will get this Qt option inside Maya. First just I am going to create a movie file. So just we have to select this Qt options. Then in this encoding for this Qt we have to select H264. This one here for this Qt. Then quality we have to make it 100%. Then display size, this is most important things here. So just we have to select this from render setting. So whatever just I have set frame size in this render settings, this one here. So this will automatically take from this one here. So this are actually options from render setting, just we have to select this one here. Then this scale value we have to make it 1, because by default this will show you here 0.5. This means this will render in half range frame size, just half of this frame size. So remember this one. So just we have to make it 1. So now this will just render in this full frame size here. Now just close this one here. Then after this we have to also check this save to file. We have to check this one. Then we have to click on this browse, and just we have to select folder where you want to save this rendered file. So just we have to click here. Now just we have to select folder. So just select this one and just create another folder. Now just we have to open this one. Then downside we have to give a file name. Then we have to click on save, and finally we have to click on this play blast. So now just I am getting this play blast here. So now just we have to play and just check. Now this is our rendered movie files here. So just you can see this movie files here. Now just close this one here. Now after the just I am going to also render in image sequence format. So again we have to right click on this timeline. Then go to this play blast options. Now format just we have to select this image. Then encoding just we have to select like JPG format or TIFF or PNG. So whatever you like, just you can select. So just I am going to select this PNG format. Then remaining display size from render settings, scale 1, padding 4, save to file we have to check. Then we have to click here and just select your folder. So this is our main folder. Now inside this just create another folder because just I am going to render in image sequence. So just we have to click here and just create this one here. So just we open this one and just give a file name. Then in the files of type, just we have to define this PNG. Now we have to click on save. Now again just we have to click on this play blast render. So now this is our actually image sequence play blast render. So this is actually a little bit showing here in low quality because this is just using this F check here. So now just stop this one here and just I am going to actually check inside Nuke this image sequence render. Now we are inside Nuke and just we have to open our main folder here. So this is our main folder and just we have to open this one here. So now just I am getting these two files here. First this is our MOV file and second this is our actually image sequence file. So now just play this MOV file and just we can check this one here. So just you can see this movie files here. Same way just I am going to actually play this image sequence here. So you can use any your image sequence player, like you can view inside After Effects or Premiere Pro, but just only for the explanation just I am going to show you inside Nuke. So simply just you can drag and drop here, then you have to connect with this viewer. Now just we have to play and just we have to check over this image sequence render. So now just you can see this is our actually image sequence render. So now just you can see this perspective render image sequence here. So now we are inside Maya. So now suppose if you want to change this wireframe color, so just go to the display layer. So here I have already assigned this entire set geometry into over the display layer. So this is actually a geometry here. So just you can see this one. Then simply just you can click here and just you can assign any color. So maybe suppose select this one or any color just you can select, then click on save. Then after this again just you can create another play blast with this colors here. So guys, like this simply just you can create a perspective render from Maya for a Matchmove Showreels here. And remaining color, all these things just you can adjust according to your requirement. So thanks for watching.